All right, welcome to the Pod 2.0. Today we will be discussing the long-anticipated Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming hard. It's coming fast. At this point, it's only a matter of weeks until it's here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, next week, right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks it's coming out right before we head up to Los Angeles, California for WonderCon.
WonderCon. Tyrope Games presenting Primorse to you all.
Yeah, we're going to be exhibitors on the floor from 12 to 5, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We don't have a section number yet, but that will be on.
It's going to be on the
Facebook
program
page.
Yep.
Yeah, I was on the program today, and not everything is completely on there.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to see when I can kind of squeeze out to go see if I can get a Harley Quinn comic signed by Amanda Conner. Mm-hmm. But not everything's out yet, but a lot of stuff is out, like the programming schedule, but I don't know about the layout yet. Have either of you guys checked on the WonderCon site?
Not recently, but I've been in communications with Mary Sturman.
Nice name drop. Yeah.
The one that essentially runs WonderCon. She was able to squeeze us in last minute, pulling some connections through her friends from Indie Games.
So 12 to 5 will be on the floor.
Indie Games. What is it? Indie Game Alliance. Sorry. Will Salazar hooked it up.
And from 7 to midnight will be at JW Marriott. Is that correct?
Yeah, the con's HQs, the headquarters. We're going to be there also running free demos and, come stop by, let us know what you think about the game.
Come play with us, because if you don't, we'll be playing with each other.
Yeah. And that's not weird.
It's not weird at all.
Not weird at all.
It can be kind of weird, but not that weird. So let's talk about what we're really here to talk about, because apparently I'm the only one that's really excited about this. Is the Batman vs. Superman movie that's going to be coming out.
Dawn of Justice.
As Dawn of Justice.
PG-13.
It's PG-13, but as you guys know, with the success of Deadpool recently, they did announce that there is a rated R version of the movie that's going to be coming out for home video in the future. It's kind of one of those things. It's like, did it have the potential for having an R rating before Deadpool was a huge hit? They say yes. I think probably not.
I just don't want it to run into what George Lucas Star Wars problem, where it's like, well, I had to redo the movie 6 or 7 times to add in all the shit that I couldn't do because I wasn't able to with the technology available at the time. So
yeah, I don't know, because why would a Superman movie be rated R? That doesn't make any sense. So
it's not just Superman, it's Batman as well, right?
It is, but I mean, considering all things and considering how tight studios are with every licensing product, I just really don't see them even getting close to a rated R. So I feel like they kind of just beef things up because of the success of Deadpool, and then it also gives them a chance, because Zack Snyder, he's pretty well known for his Watchmen vision and not quite landing it. So he did come out with like the ultimate final cut, which is like hours and hours long, but it's pretty close to the comic book,
But a weird comic book.
Yeah,
it's just a graphic weird comic, wasn't
it? Kind of. I know. From what I feel is like terminology, like a trade paperback would be a compilation of a bunch of comics as opposed to a graphic novel that comes out already thick. Mm-hmm. So I mean, they would call it that, but now, like, a lot of people would refer to them as trade paperbacks, because the Watchmen came out as individual issues that was compiled into a trade paperback or graphic novel, depending on how you say it. And that's when it gained even more notoriety. But I don't know how I feel about a movie with Superman as rated R. It's just kind of weird to me.
Kind of vanilla. I mean, we already voiced our displeasure with the whole concept of Superman as a superhero.
Yeah.
Being one-dimensional, kind of boring. Lex Luthor over here had a lot to say about that.
Would you care to remind our audience how you feel about Super? No? Okay. Excellent.
Make them listen to our podcast, I'd prefer.
Great for our listeners and our viewers. David, what do you have to say? Absolutely nothing.
At least take your shirt off.
Mucho robot.
At least I'm joining in the alcohol tonight.
Oh, yeah. Excellent.
There we go.
Off the wagon. I like it.
So did Carrie Fisher respond to us about choking David out with a chain?
I don't think we would meet all of her requirements.
All right, let's get. All right, well, checking IMBD.com. We're gonna Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. That V means versus, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I explained that in one of the previous episodes, right, where it's speculated that Batman's trying to hold Superman accountable for what happened in Metropolis. Yeah, and he even ends up in a courtroom.
Yeah, it's like a court case, and it looks like that. Like in a trailer, they're actually walking through a courtroom at one point. So anyway, it reads, fearing the actions of Superman are left unchecked, Batman takes on Superman while the world wrestles with what kind of a hero it really needs. With Batman and Superman fighting each other, a new threat, Doomsday, is created by Lex Luthor. It's up to Superman and Batman to set aside the differences, along with Wonder Woman, to stop Lex Luthor and Doomsday from destroying the Metropolis. So why is Wonder Woman in there? Was that just a gratuitous adding of another superhero?
It's absolutely gratuitous. They're trying to set up a Justice League movie the same way that Marvel has their Avengers franchise, and they're doing a ham-fisted, horrible job of it.
Yeah, well, they do have a lot of making up to do and a lot of time to try and make up for, because Marvel planted a seed like years and years and years ago. Now DC is trying to get on board with it. So I understand why it almost seems like forced, because they're just throwing so many characters into these movies.
Hey, at least we won't see a gratuitous Stan Lee fucking cameo in this one.
Yeah, we won't, because it's a DC thing. It's not a Marvel thing.
Exactly.
So yeah, it does kind of seem like a bit, but we're just going to have to see how this plays out, because this movie's either going to like make or break the DC cinematic universe.
You know, I remember months ago we discussed this, and I'm like, really? Ben Affleck? Batman? Nah. But having watched the trailers several times, I think Ben Affleck is going to fucking do a kick-ass job. Yeah, Christian Bale, but I mean...
Well, the thing is, like...
Better than fucking Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton. I'm Batman.
Or Bat Nipples. Right? This is, like, screen-wise, that Batman costume's pretty fucking accurate compared to Batman comic books, I would say. Aside from, like...
Well, it's the year of accurate comic book hero costumes, right?
yeah, 2016 so far, huh?
I like that.
Except for Apocalypse and the Age of Apocalypse movie. Because he looks so much like Ivan Ooze, they had to tweak the color on him and stuff. Yeah, because that just looks weird.
Are you saying that Poe Dameron can't pull off Apocalypse?
I don't know, dude. I don't know if I would have went with Poe Dameron. Yeah, it's Apocalypse is a lot more of like a larger than life character, because he's like one of the ancients and all.
But he's a hell of a pilot.
He is a hell of a pilot. I'll give him that much. Maybe John Boyega will show up as Bishop. They can get a little bromance going.
Bishop's from the future. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, Apocalypse is from the future and the past, right?
He's out of space and time. He's a god.
Yeah, I think he's just long-lived, isn't he?
No, he controls all the mutants.
Way to go, dude.
Yeah, we just suck. No, so I think watching the trailers. David, you check out the trailers at all? I mean, what do you think about
which movie are we talking about right now?
Batman versus Superman.
I checked out the long-form trailer that gave away the entire plot of the movie.
Yeah, right.
But
I mean, you talk about them giving the plot away. It's like, let me guess, Batman and Superman fight, and then they become best friends. Like,
then they make up because of a greater threat, like every other movie in existence.
Yeah,
you don't say.
Yeah. But there's definitely a lot going on. They're trying to just embed a bunch of continuity that we're going to see play out over this and Suicide Squad and all the coming movies. Because, I mean, they gave a hint away about, they kind of allude to Jason Todd being murdered by the Joker, right? Because there's like, the Robin suit with ha 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 and all that stuff. It's an older Batman, so there's the potential of up to 4 Robins under him. That's not even including like Carrie Kelly or Tim Drake's girlfriend. I was Robin for like a month or something. Mm-hmm. So there's the potential for that too. I also heard that they're considering making the Batman standalone movie a prequel to all this to kind of like fill in the backstory and give you more of Batman in his prime.
Prequels always do well.
What do you mean? The Star Wars franchise, those weren't successful?
Are you talking box office revenue or are you talking critical acclaim?
Moving on.
What the fuck am I even doing?
Way to answer the question with a question, David. Way to contribute. Yeah, so what do you think about Batman's fucking power armor? I think that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's straight out of Dark Knight Returns, right? Because he does that. In Dark Knight Returns, Superman is working for the United Nations. Batman's a threat. He needs to get, put in his place. So they have an altercation where Batman taps into the city's power supply to power his suit. Shocks Superman, right? Of course, that's not going to be enough. So Green Arrow, who's missing his bow arm, and he alludes to it being Superman is the one who ripped it off to kind of, stop him as a threat. He's hanging upside down. He uses his mouth to shoot a kryptonite arrow at Superman, right? But the thing is like Superman catches it, of course, but when he catches it, he smashes the kryptonite, turns into like dust, and he breathes it in. So with that power suit, Batman beats the shit out of him. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Obviously, we're probably not going to see that in the movie, but the power suit looks awesome. Last year at Comic-Con, I got to get an up close with like a giant statue of it.
Yeah.
It looked amazing in person, even though it's not the actual like movie used power armor. It looks awesome.
Yeah, why can't that be the fucking movie? Why can't they do a tease? Why can't they set up the fight, have the tease at the end of the Green Arrow? Batman actually decisively beats Superman, proves a point, and that's the end of the movie. They don't have to fucking, we can't have a winner, we have to have an outside threat because nobody's feelings can get hurt, and tease Wonder Woman for no fucking reason. Wonder Woman can have a fucking standalone movie without needing to be set up.
They're working on that, but I understand that they're trying to set up a universe, a continuity universe like Marvel. So, hey, we'll forgive some stuff. We'll let them sprinkle some more stuff in. Because they have to do it. Like I said, this is like a make or break movie. Because if they can't get it right, and it's not going to bomb. There's no way it's going to bomb. But if it doesn't get to critical acclaim and it doesn't meet expectations like it should, then they're not going to keep pushing forward with all this other stuff that they have planned. Because how many movies do they have greenlit after this? Like 7?
Yeah.
There's chump change next to how many Marvel has greenlit into 2019.
20, like into the 2020s.
Yeah, it kind of sucks there. You go to the movie theater and everything playing now is a fucking superhero movie of some type. It's like, when will this end? I mean, we already talked about, will the superhero bubble burst?
You guys,
we speculated it already did. Whoops.
Yeah, you guys speculated it did, and then here came Deadpool and made like all the monies as a rated R movie. So it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going pretty strong.
Deadpool. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan. Maybe because I don't read enough comic books or watch enough superhero movies to get all the sarcasm and the parody of the genre.
Well, like, I'm not a huge Deadpool fan because his comics are a little wacky for my taste. They're not quite as mature, as stupid as that sounds. But I like him and stuff like X-Force and everything else. He's cool. But I thought the movie was hilarious. Like, I took my girlfriend to go see it. She doesn't know anything about any of that stuff, and she was cracking up the whole time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm taking her to go see Batman versus Superman. I'm really fucking stoked. We bought advance tickets. My boy Martin, he's going. I'm going. My girl, her brother, and a couple other people might go too. We got tickets for the 6 p.m. 3D IMAX showing, and then after that, Martin and I are going to go see it again at 9:30.
That's why I'll be joining you guys because I can't see.
You're going to go see the 9:30 show?
Sick. Yeah.
I already bought tickets. I'll buy you one for the 9:30 show.
I already told you I was going with you guys after the facts. I can't watch 3D because I get sick.
Excuse me.
Would it not listen again?
Again, right? Can't read, can't listen.
God damn. So Yeah, I watched the trailer, and I'm actually looking forward to this movie. I think it's going to be pretty good. And Ben Affleck, I think it's going to work. I mean, just now, it's not like a young Ben Affleck anymore. We're just kind of like that dopey kid from Southie. You actually look, look at the salt and peppered hair, more of like a kind of what you would like a Bruce Wayne type of guy, kind of persona.
I mean, he looks great in a bat suit too.
When they had that exchange at the meeting, Lex Luthor had to inject himself because we all know each other.
Yeah, it was so
dark and
inside. Yeah, it was just completely outside. Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent. Just like,
oh, thanks.
Okay. Yeah. That one's for my grandma. So, just Batman.
Oh, they know each other. Look, they're talking.
They're gonna fight later.
Yeah, just so you don't know, this is the movie. That is in fact Superman.
Oh, what was that on Family Guy? It's like, hey, they said the title of the movie. Hey, listen, they said the title of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Roadhouse.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great, and I'm really curious to see who they're going to cast for characters in the Batman movie. Because it seems like with Marvel, they're pulling from here and there, but they're not getting people who are like really super famous to take these lead roles, right? I guess pricing or whatever else. Because they get really famous people to do cameos or to jump in for stuff, but it seems like DC is kind of like, hey, Academy Award, so what? We'll pay all the money. They got Jeremy Irons to play Alfred. So I'm kind of curious how they're going to go when it comes to casting like villains and other characters in the Batman world. Like, I know this is a total dream cast, but I would like to see in a Batman standalone movie Winona Ryder with short hair play Selena Kyle / Catwoman.
Well, who was the last?
David shakes his damn head. SMDH. What? You don't think Winona Ryder is?
She doesn't make a
Catwoman?
good cat girl. Meow.
She would be more of a bunny girl,
which is acceptable. Did you get like watching the trailer? The kind of like it was almost like a call back to Christian Bale meeting the other cat. Who's that other cat?
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway, like in the meeting at the ballroom. They're talking. Oh, you never met a girl like me. Ooh, I'm dangerous and mysterious. Guess what? I'm also a fucking super hero as well, and you just don't know it.
Well, we'll have to see how she does, because I always imagine Wonder Woman as like taller, thicker. Like, I imagine Wonder Woman,
some kind of like Amazonian.
Yeah, because she is an Amazon, right?
Yeah.
I imagine her being taller than Batman, but shorter than Superman. But that, I don't know, man. That's just me.
That wouldn't be very marketable.
Yeah, who would they even get? That freak Gwendolyn Christie?
China.
Nah, I always thought Lucy Lawless would have made the perfect Wonder Woman.
What about Ronda Rousey?
Nah, I don't think she's big enough.
Well, because if I saw her in a movie, I'd just like, oh shit, that's Ronda Rousey. That's not Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Well, you said that about Ben Affleck playing Batman, and now you've turned around on that.
I don't think
what. No, I just said I don't see Ben Affleck as playing a good Batman. Not that Ben Affleck would be Ben Affleck. Like his Ben Affleck would overshadow the role, like Christopher Walken and Samuel Jackson. That kind of thing. Like Ronda Rousey would.
Like Chris Walken is like Max Schreck in Batman 2.
Yeah.
It's like, where does he even fit into this movie? It's just like it's just like all over the place. Just, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. No, I was like, Ben Affleck. I don't know about Batman, but I mean, it's kind of hard to come off from Christian Bale.
Yeah, but like I've had this similar. I think I've had this similar discussion with you. Like Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy. Like, I wasn't crazy about Batman Begins. Wasn't crazy about Dark Knight Rises. Like, for me, it was all about the Dark Knight. Like, that was a killer movie.
Yep.
But his Batman wasn't very Batman-y to me, especially towards the end. Like, I like to think that Batman would die being Batman. Like he wouldn't give up and just walk away.
With Anne Hathaway at some cafe and
drinking a very particular drink at a very particular cafe. Yeah, and then the other thing too is that like Rachel dying, like he gets all emo and goes into hiding after she dies, but Batman's parents dying is what drove him to be Batman in the first place, like the trauma from that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, my parents were killed, I must get justice. And then his girlfriend dies, and then he's just kind of like, oh, I'm going to go hide out for a while. That doesn't really seem very Batman-like to me. Because in the comics, he's constantly losing people that are close to him, like all the time, and that only furthers...
It just keeps the drive going, right?
Yeah, it just only furthers him to keep doing it. So the Batman that I know wouldn't give up for like 7 years, and then he also wouldn't quit and leave it to some dude who is not trained in like any of the stuff that he is, and is like, oh, here's the keys to the kingdom. Go ahead and do something, Dick, or what? I forgot. They made an allusion to him being Robin at the end, but
the orphan.
And that's the thing. Like that's the other, like that's for my grandparents, where they could be like, what was? Oh, okay, cool. So
it's familiar to me, therefore I like it.
Yeah. So like it seems like this time they're going way more rooted into the comic books and actually trying to build some like major continuity. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we already saw a lot of that with the Suicide Squad trailer and the Rogue Gallery that they're pulling out for that. David, looks like you have something to say about that.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Jared Leto as the Joker. I think it's going to be interesting. We got to wait and see what happens.
Tell us a little bit about the Suicide Squad and why should we care?
Okay, well, for one, Margaret Robbie, if you're watching, probably isn't, but Margaret Robbie, she's amazing. She's a really good actress. I thought she was just some bimbo from Wolf of Wall Street, but I saw Focus, that movie she did with Will Smith, and she's actually a really good actress too. And she's going to be Harley Quinn, so that should be pretty interesting. They're rolling out a bunch of rogues that you're going to be seeing as recurring characters, over the course of all these DC movies. And most importantly, they're introducing the Joker, and they're going to give us a reason to hate that guy. It's going to be pretty interesting.
You mean other than the fact that Jared Leto's playing the Joker?
Yeah.
That's reason enough for me to fucking hate him.
Oh, you don't like his movies? Requiem for a Dream? No?
No, I like Requiem for a Dream. I don't like
about
Jared Leto.
Dallas Buyers Club?
I think the only person I hate more than Jared Leto is Jake Gyllenhaal. If I said it once, I said 100 times, fuck Jake Gyllenhaal.
You gotta look right into the camera when you say it.
Fuck Jake Gyllenhaal.
What? Are we running out of time?
Jake. Fuck Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, okay, you're just pointing, reiterating. Yeah. How about fuck people that How about fuck people that think they look like Jake Gyllenhaal?
That don't?
that really don't. They just think they do.
Well, that's vicious and mean.
Good thing we don't know anyone like that.
Yeah, never punch down, Chris. Never punch down. Fuck you, David. Yeah, I know. Suicide Squad, I'm completely fucking not at all interested. Not at all.
That's another movie I'm going to be there because I'm going to see what kind of stuff they're throwing out there. What
of course you are, because you're a basic bitch and a fucking fanboy.
Basic bitch, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's, fucking fuck all that shit. Take all my money right now. Just take all my money right now.
Yeah.
So, as a recap.
Well, I mean, Deadpool. I saw Deadpool, and because everyone else did, because I was being a basic bitch, and so I decided to jump on the bandwagon. But let's check this out. Everyone loves it. Ooh, some guy makes fucking fun of the whole comic book thing. I guess I don't have I'm not a big enough comic book fan to get the sardonic sense of humor and the satire and the parody of the whole genre, but
wait, what about like all like the dick and masturbation jokes and all that other stuff?
I think I wrote after I saw the movie.
It looks huge in this.
Yeah, that was It's just gratuitous. It's like, really? That's funny? Everyone's giggling. Like, we. So after I watched the movie, I posted on Facebook something to the effect of at least a picture of Deadpool. It's like, at least the popcorn was all right. A big shout out to the 13-year-old disabled kid that wrote this one. Hang in there, kid. Because it sucked. It was awful.
I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I liked it.
Yeah.
I saw it opening night, and then when we were in LA for Strategicon, I woke up early, drove down to Cinerama, where they have the big dome, and I watched it at the dome.
You feel like the 14th time?
Second time that week.
Yeah.
But hey, to each their own. I mean, like, I would have never thought I'd be watching movies like that, like when I was watching Batman the Animated Series and X-Men back in like 92.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never thought that I'd be seeing these kinds of movies ever, live action, people taking it seriously and investing real money into it and stuff like that.
And what does that say about the direction society's moving?
Back off, I'm biting.
Yeah.
Shit's fucked up.
Shit's fucked up. All right, well.
I mean, that says a lot about our society, that I keep going on and on about it, and that David just like completely transcended this conversation. Like, I don't need to talk about any of this stuff.
Yeah, well, he's there for eye candy. He's getting bitches moist at home. To the bitches out there. Yeah. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the Superman versus Batman movie.
So we got one.
Not so crazy about Wonder Woman. I don't get that. And the whole. I mean, you already get one gratuitous character coming in there as a plot device, Lex Luthor. Fine. But Wonder Woman, why? Just so she can hold her fucking shield up and block the death ray and save Batman. So now we're all friends. Kumbaya, let's form Justice League.
We got to see like how much time she actually has in the movie, because it's
probably going to be just a cameo.
Yeah, it could be one of those things where it's like you meet her early in the movie as like
just a party goer, just a socialite.
Oh, who's this woman? I never met a girl like you. All that bullshit. And then by the end of the movie, she comes out to fucking save the day, and she's only in it like a couple minutes.
Then she goes like fucking back forward high punch and like jumps through the air.
You hope that she has the dun 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 spinning around with her arms out.
So when is she gonna get her lasso that makes people tell the truth?
Didn't look like it was on. Maybe I missed it, but it didn't look like it was on her.
So it's kind of like the old school Wonder Woman with a shield and sword and shit.
Yeah. You ever hear the backstory behind her?
No.
Wonder Woman? It was like some dude that was into like all kinds of... He was like some psychologist that was into all kinds of like BDSM stuff or whatever. And he created her out of all that. Him and his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look into it, I'm not too versed on it, but it's a pretty...
I mean, obviously there's
story.
like underlying S&M type of shit with... an Amazonian dominatrix type people. Anyway, I'm starting to get disgusted. David has been disgusted for the last 29 minutes, and if we don't cut off Chris now, we will keep going into the night. So let's call it here. Thanks for tuning in. Visit us on the website.
Yeah,
Facebook, Podbean.
Yeah, they pod on Podbean, Stitcher, iTunes. We're also on Facebook. We're on YouTube. Subscribe.
All right. Thanks.